Hi, welcome back to PSL Living. I'm Jenny Groh, and it's time for our weekly Adopt a Pet segment. Rita Hart with the Humane Society of St. Lucie County is here, and she brought with her a very affectionate little boy named Wilber, who can't stop giving kisses.
Hi, Jenny.
I like it. I like the enthusiasm.
Yes, he's selling himself right now, I think. Yes, this is Wilber.
Okay.
He is a 7-year-old Chihuahua, and Wilber's story, like many that I have to tell you, is kind of a sad one. His original owner moved out of state and for some reason couldn't take Wilber with her, and so she gave the dog to someone she knew, and that person brought the dog into us.
Okay.
For reasons unknown.
Okay.
Because Wilber was microchipped, we called that original owner that moved, and she was aware that he had been turned into us.
Oh, okay.
She did tell us, however, some information that became important, and that is that Wilber does not care to be around children or other dogs. So
he's a bit of an attention hog, maybe?
I don't know why. Chihuahuas have a tendency to be skittish a little bit, and that's okay. That's just the way they
are. Part of their
personality. And, right, that's part of their personality, and they're adorable and affectionate, as you saw a few minutes ago. But the Humane Society of St. Lucie County is as honest as we can be with people about the animals that we want adopted.
That's great.
And the reason for that is because we want them to stay where they're being adopted, the home that they're going to. And so that's why we want to make sure people understand that it probably would not be a good choice if you've got children in the house.
Right.
So we think for that reason, and also because of his age, he's an older little guy, although it's hard to tell from his behavior.
He's acting very puppy-like.
Yeah, he's a doll. A retired couple or a person that lives alone, that's home during the day, would be a perfect fit for this little guy. It's hard to tell from his behavior right now, but when he first came into us, he was scared to death, and it became a joke within the shelter and among the shelter staff that there wasn't really a dog in his kennel, just a blanket that moved around every once in a while. And that's because he burrowed himself underneath the blanket.
He's got his blanket here with him now.
That's why I brought it, actually. I thought maybe he would try to do the same thing. But eventually, and because our staff worked with him constantly to get him to trust us, he came out of his shell, so to speak, out of his blanket. And he's doing fine. Although this morning I walked by his kennel and he was under the blanket again. But I think what happens sometimes, especially first thing in the morning when everything's starting to open up and the dogs are being fed, it's very noisy, and that may be why he did that. But anyway, he's doing great now. He has been neutered and up to date with shots. Ready to go home.
Well, he's got a lot of personality. If anybody's interested in him or any other animals you have, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Well, Wilber is at our Port St. Lucie shelter, and that's our new place just south of Midway Road. If anybody needs directions or wants to know more about Wilber, they can go to our website at hsslc.org or give us a call at 772-461-0687. And I do recommend, if they're coming out and they're not sure where we are, to call first. We're finding that the GPS systems haven't quite caught up with the new building.
Your location.
We have contacted MapQuest, and they have fixed it so that that helps. But if you've got a GPS system, it may not take you to the right place.
Okay, wonderful. Well, switching gears from dogs to cats, I understand you have a kitten event coming up soon?
A big one. We are filled to the brim with cats and kittens right now, and I mean that quite literally. We're running out of space for them because there are so many. We're just coming into what is traditionally known as kitten season, but for months now we have been bombarded with both people from the public and animal control, and even folks whose cat got pregnant have brought their cats, turned them over to us, and so the kittens are born in the shelter. and I'm talking about both our Fort Pierce and our Port St. Lucie shelter. Both of them are filled with cats and kittens. So we're trying to heighten awareness to the public that we have that many of every shape, size, and color you can imagine. And also that we have a great need for foster homes right now, because a lot of the kittens that come into us are too young to be adopted.
Right.
But we need the space, and we need to get them out of the shelter and in a home environment where it's healthier for them and where they can be socialized to make better pets.
Absolutely, and get that care. I know it's so important when they're young like that.
That's
so
right.
You know, you see the pictures of being bottle fed and that kind of thing. So.
Right, and that's sometimes what we need the foster families to do, because a lot of the kittens are found without the mom.
Right.
And so we do have to bottle feed them, as you know, depending on their age. The shelter does foot the cost for fostering those cats until they're old enough to be adopted. So our kitten shower, back to that event, which is scheduled for Saturday, June 7th at the Port St. Lucie shelter, is just a way to bring people in and let them see the cats and the kittens that we have, make a donation in the way that you would at a baby shower for our cat and kitten community. There's a wish list of those things that we've put out there on our website, the things that we need to help take care of these little guys until they're adopted. And we have some other fun things going on that day. We have a resident cat named Milo who loves to give kisses. So Milo will have a kissing booth that day.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
We have one of our wonderful volunteers who is a yoga instructor is going to do some things with her yoga class that day at the event. So we have some raffles going on. So lots of fun things.
Great.
Just to come out and see us.
That sounds great. That's a great event and good awareness and of the cause.
Right, and a good place to ask questions if somebody's sort of considering being a foster but not sure really what that entails. Our volunteers will be out there to answer any questions.
Okay, wonderful. Give us your phone number and website one more time.
Website is hsslc.org. From there they can go to our Facebook page, which is really popular right now. And also our phone number is 772-461-0687.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Rita Hart from the Humane Society of St. Lucie County, and Wilber hopefully is a temporary resident of the shelter. He will find his forever home soon, and hopefully he will get adopted here shortly.
We still have a 100% success rate with adoptions, Jenny, so thank you for allowing us to do this.
Absolutely, we're happy to do it. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And we'll be right back after this message.